with Walla Stamping. Thanks for joining me today. I've got a project for you, and this is one that is from Gift Tag Tuesday. It could be used as a gift tag for a present, but you could also use it on your Christmas tree as an ornament if you'd like to. I'm going to have a PDF over on my blog at wallastamping.com, and it will have all of the information, the measurements, everything that you're going to need to create this project. So let's jump on in and get started. For the rosette, I've decided to use a piece of the Be Merry Designer Series paper. This is cut to 1.5 inches wide by 12 inches long. I'm going to be using one of the silver foil doilies, and I've got some other cardstocks here. Some garden green 3.5 by 3.5. Then I have a couple of pieces of whisper white that are 4 by 4, and a piece of silver glimmer paper. It is also 4 by 4. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is grab our Simply Scored scoring tool and put in our designer series paper where it's going across the top long ways, and then all you're going to do here is you're just going to score at every 1/4 inch. So it would be 11, 10 3/4, 10 1/2, 10 1/4, 10, all the way across. Now once you get done doing all of those score marks, all you're going to do is fold this back and forth the way you would a fan and go all the way across. So now I have this folded all the way across. I'm just going to use a piece of tear and tape, and this is 1/4 inch wide, and I'm just going to put a little strip right there on the end. Take off that adhesive backing. And then I'm just going to bring the other end around and stick those together. Alright, so then what I want to do is fiddle with it a little bit and kind of get it to lay down and get the paper used to what I'm wanting it to do. So that has formed my little rosette, and then sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take a block and I will lay it down on top of it to get it to hold its shape until I'm ready to move forward. So what I'm going to be using today are my layering circles as well as my Christmas Pines stamp set. I'm using the Tidings of Comfort and Joy to stamp on here. Of course, you could use any sentiment you want. If you wanted to make these for a birthday gift or a wedding gift or something different, just change up the kind of paper you use, the colors, as well as what you stamp for a sentiment. But I'm going with Christmas today. So for the layering circles, I'm going to be using the 3rd from the largest scallop, and I'm going to use the largest and the 3rd from the largest plain circles. So I'm going to go ahead and get my stamping done first. I'm going to be using garden green today. Bring in my Pierce mat. This is a photopolymer stamp, and it does much better when you stamp on top of your Pierce mat because it has some give. So I'm just going to load up my stamp with some of this garden green ink and then just stamp that right down in the center. So I've got my garden green on here. I'm going to put my scalloped circle on that and my sentiments on there. I'm going to put my plain circle around there and then just run these through and get them cut out. Now I'm going to put my additional piece of whisper white down and my largest circle and run that through. So I've decided to add an additional layer on this one. So I'm going to use my 2nd from the largest scalloped circle. I think I forgot to mention that one, but I thought that I would give this a try and see if I like it. So this largest circle that I cut out is going to be what I adhere my rosette to. And I'm just going to use my fast fuse, and I'm going to layer up this fast fuse all over this circle. Oops, and I just ran out, so I guess that's all it's going to get. Now I'm going to take my rosette and I'm going to turn it upside down. Try to keep that circle in the middle round as I'm putting this on top because I don't want the rosette to be wonky shaped. So since I ran out of my fast fuse, I'm just going to use my snail and put that on the back here and attach that to my garden green. Then I'm going to bring this silver one over and lay that on top. And I'm just going to layer everything up here and see if I like it with that silver glimmer paper. And I think I do. You don't see quite as much of that foil doily, but let's give it a whirl because I think I'm going to like it. To attach that, I'm just going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to pop these on the back. Then I'm just going to adhere this down to the top of my glimmer paper. And I'm also going to use my dimensionals to attach this to my foil doily as well. I'm going to use my snail for this. I would recommend using a stronger adhesive, but my snail is right here. So I'm just going to stick this down with my snail. Fast fuse or tear and tape would be better for this part. Then I will just attach that right on top of my foil doily. So there you have it. Let me bring all of these back in so that you can get a look at all of the different styles that I have here. So we've got a lot of red ones, but red is one of my favorite colors, so I have a tendency to gravitate toward red a lot. But here's one that's done in the old olive, gold, and red and black. This one is black and gold, then red and silver, and then the red, silver, and the garden green. So I really do like all four of these, and I hope that you do too. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you spending your time and watching this tutorial. If you like the information that you saw here, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my newsletter over on my blog. I send out at least one exclusive tutorial every month, and I keep you up to date in the Stampin' Up! World if there are new products coming out and promotions and different things like that. And we do have the occasions catalog as well as celebrations coming up in a few short weeks. So I'll be sure to keep you updated in my emails and newsletters all about that. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. You can send me an email, you can make a comment in the comment section below the video, and you can also make comments over on my blog in the comment section under the projects.